Welcome to Primos for Life, the wrestling podcast made for the fans, by the fans. Como siempre, yo soy Eddie, el niño vaque. We got Ariel, the Ecuadorian dream bisueta, and we are your self-proclaimed, undisputed co-host tag team champions of the world. And in tonight's episode, we're bringing you a brand new Lucha Hot Tag. Now, the road to John Cena's final opponent is officially underway. A 16-man tournament stacked with legends, breakout stars, and a few surprises. Of course, I got my picks. Ariel got his hot takes. And when it's all said and done, we'll leave it all in the ring. So, como siempre, sit back, grab a snack, and let's get it on! What's going on, Primo? Ba, 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 ba.
What up, dude? What's going on? How are you?
Good, man. Chilling, Happy to get connected because we are gonna do a Lucha Hot Tag.
Lucha Hot Tag, Lucha Hot Tag,
Yeah.
Lucha Hot Tag, Lucha Hot Tag. Yeah, I haven't done that one in a minute.
Yeah, no, for real, we haven't.
Yeah.
But what's gonna make this one cool is it's not a complaint session. It's gonna be like a fun one. I feel like.
Well, I'm sure we'll find a way. But yes, okay, for intents and purposes, yeah, sure.
So here's the thing that's been on my mind lately. Obviously, you've been watching. You've heard that it's been announced that John Cena will be. They unveiled rather at Saturday Night's Main Event that there's a John Cena farewell tournament.
Right.
Starting from this upcoming Raw, and it's gonna it's 16 men. And it's going to lead up all the way to December 13th, which is his final match, final Saturday Night's Main Event. Winner of the tournament faces John at that final event.
Right.
So, a lot of speculation, a lot of things left to the imagination. A lot of words were said. So I just really wanted to talk to you about this, kind of get a feel to see where your head's at with this whole thing, and then also who you think. The three, and I always say three, right? Because we always say top one, top five, but three wrestlers that you think logically would end up being the finalist for John Cena to have his final match. You know what I mean?
All right. I got you. Makes sense. Yeah. Because, it is the last go around. This is a tournament. He made it a point of saying in whatever video package was shown, there's I might want to give someone the chance I was given.
Right.
When I came in, stuff like that. So, yeah, so this could be any range of people. We have 7 already named, a couple that are not to be named or have not been named yet, but there was a video package. So we'll do our best to fill in some slots, and we may get some stuff wrong just based on who enters, who doesn't. But yeah, let's give it a whirl, man.
All right, but before we jump into that part, let's touch back on the video package, right? Because there was verbiage that was said in there, right?
Okay.
Well, one of the things that stood out to me was it'll be stars from Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and even some faces that don't work here.
Right.
Now, the moment you hear stuff like that, you start thinking, all right, the far-fetched idea is, oh my gosh, is somebody from AEW? No shot. I don't think that's not in the cards, right?
Okay.
But with this partnership with TNA, now, and I remember a few months back, I think maybe before WrestleMania, Joe Hendry was kind of lobbying for a match with Cena.
Right.
So I put that together and I'm like, oh, but what if it's Joe Hendry that's the person that doesn't work here, candidate?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense. And considering, was he not in the video package?
No, he wasn't.
He was not. Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. At least I don't recall, at least.
I have to go back and watch that again. But yeah, that's you made that call, and it logistically does kind of make sense. My thing is my thought process here, if I can break that down first, is I'd be surprised if it was a surprise entrant, like you said, like someone from AEW or something like that, for the pure fact that it's a tournament. It's not like a Royal Rumble where it's just you're going to make multiple appearances to advance to get to Cena. Right. So I think the surprise entrant can be only but so much of a surprise. And I think Joe Hendry is definitely a good thought there. Matt Cardona, a good thought there. Stuff like that. So I see what you're saying. But I definitely agree that I don't think anything's gonna be too major just because of the tournament aspect of this.
Yeah. Yeah, because the other issue is like, and before we move on from this point, the statement of like, and faces that don't work here. Like who else would come to mind? I mean, Matt Cardona's a good, option. I didn't even think about that. But
Well,
yes,
I mean, with Chelsea Green there and
right.
and now
Yes.
recently winning, and hey,
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree with that. But then like, maybe what if we threw somewhere else in there? Like what about another name? Any thoughts? Any ideas?
well, I mean, Trick is NXT. You talk about maybe you do like an Obafemi, but once again, NXT. I think the room for surprise entrance would be 2 max. Maybe you'll have a returning superstar, maybe a Gunther.
Right.
That I think might be the case. But I think having all the talent you have there, it being a 16-person tournament, 7 names already released, 1 question mark. I think it's tough to have more than 2 there.
Right. Okay.
So that being
That's
said, I
fair.
really wouldn't know anybody else. I mean, right now, AAA is most of the belts are held by people in WWE, so that no one from
Yeah.
there really works. TNA, you've got Hendry, and so Cardona's just independent McGee, so he's everywhere. So I honestly couldn't think of anybody else, but I mean, I'm not really trying because I don't think there's much more spots.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I like it. All right. And then, based on what's been already announced, right? The first 2 matches are going to happen on Raw. Who did we say it was? One is going to be Rusev versus Damian Priest, right?
Rusev versus Priest. I believe that's what it was. Yes. And then the other one was Sheamus versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Right. Okay. So with that being said, before we actually end up finalizing our picks, who do you think advances in those match? Let's call those 2.
Okay. Unfortunately, I'm going to go with Sheamus over Shinsuke.
Yeah.
I just think, unfortunately, Shinsuke just keeps finding himself buried, and they'll put him in stuff like this, but he'll never make it far, or definitely never win. And he'll, so I think Sheamus, and because he had that feud with Cena for such a long time, where he always called him like a jar of mayonnaise and stuff like that. Like, I think that's
right.
That gives a little more storyline, so you can kind of sell that for a little while longer. And then it was Priest versus Rusev.
Yeah, I know. Because you got the same argument to what you just said. The history is there with Rusev,
right?
But Damian, that's someone he's never technically worked with. If you go with that angle, right? If he makes it all the way to the end, right? So
yeah, I mean, I think that's a tough first matchup.
That's good,
right? Shoot, and then because I mean, I'm gonna go Priest just because I think that's kind of what I want. But I mean, I could see it either way once again because of the history with Rusev. But I don't know. You do have to advance some newer talent. I think Priest is one of them because we forgot there's another match that was already named. Also, that was a Miz versus main event Jey Uso.
Right, but that's for SmackDown side. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, so that's another one. So, not a lot of new names there either. So I'm gonna go Priest. I don't know where you going.
Yeah. No, I think Raw gets the history, So like you said, the Sheamus and the Rusev, because then if they meet each other, you know what I mean, and the next phase of it, now it's like, oh, okay, well, these are former members of, their, what was that clique? The
League of Nations.
The League of Nations. I was going to call it the Axis. That's like World War II stuff.
Oh, man, Jesus. The Axis powers. There was an Axis powers, I believe, back in the 80s. I think there was something like that. There might have been. So. Nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think Monday gets the history. Okay, so and then let's jump to Miz and Jey Uso. I mean, I feel like that's an obvious one, right? I mean,
Jey Uso, right?
Yeah,
I would imagine Jey Uso, and because I think this is also a spot where you can use Carmelo Hayes to screw Miz, right? And then if Carmelo Hayes is in the tournament, favor returned. And and you continue that feud.
Right. And I feel like he was in the video package. So I feel like he will be in one of the matches as well.
So,
oh, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, thought. And then there's the LA Knight versus the unnamed opponent.
Yes.
So, I mean, but so, wait, sorry. Where are you going for? Yeah, because you said the same thing. You said it's Uso, like, clearly.
Yeah, it's going to be Jay. But see, this is where it gets tricky with LA Knight and this mystery opponent, right? Because if the mystery opponent is like somebody whack, then it's going to be LA Knight. Right. But if it's the Joe Hendry, then it's going to be Joe Hendry, right? You know, so.
I mean, I agree with you there, because I think here also you can use LA Knight for a different program.
Yeah.
You have other stuff to do with it. You have plenty of beef with a bunch of people on probably both shows. So I think here an early exit by him isn't terrible, because you can very easily the next week have him in a storyline, that matters more. Like, not that matters more because it's just seen as a farewell thing, but that doesn't take away from him. So I agree with you. If it's a Cardona or a Hendry, I think they get the win there.
Yeah.
Not sure how to do it without protecting, still protecting LA. So we have to see how they figure that out. But
yeah, I know.
I'm going to lead towards surprise entrance, as long as it's not like someone goofy, like the Boogeyman is back.
Gilbert.
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay,
because he never had a chance.
I picked Gilbert.
Yeah, man. Okay. All right, cool. So now let's jump into the fun part of this whole tournament, right? Top 3. Who do you think, and logically speaking, if you had to pick 3 wrestlers to make it to that final spot to get to John Cena, who do you think deserves it, will benefit the most out of it, or just logically, based on where the company is at this point, would be the most the choice that makes the most sense,
Well, to me, the choice that makes the most sense to me is a proper send-off for him and Randy Orton. That, to me, is the proper send-off for Cena's career, personally.
Right.
Okay. To me, that's Austin's last match. So, yeah. So that now doubtful, because of the fact that they've made a point of saying they could do somebody up and coming, the chance he was given.
Right.
So I also kind of like Gunther in this spot, a returning Gunther, because taking out or beating Cena on his last go round is a great way to keep him high and now put him right back into the belt conversation. And he could use that well. He is a fantastic heel. He's great. He's great. As much as I hate to admit it, because I'm not a Gunther guy, he's very good. So I think that's also a smart spot. I think it would really work. It would really benefit Gunther. And Cena's putting over someone who's been over already, but can go for a longer reign. Because my problem with a Jey Uso here is I think Jey Uso's kind of maxed his ceiling. So I think beating Cena doesn't really do so much. With a heel like Gunther, I think you can really do a lot.
Yeah, I can see that. I could agree with that. Right. Okay, so right now, Randy and Gunther are 2 choices.
Randy and
who's your final choice?
Man. See, my final choice would have to be, I'd have to agree with you, and I'd have to lean towards a Joe Hendry, just to be like, okay, he's giving somebody a shot, because we haven't seen anybody from NXT either. You got to figure, like I said, Trick might be in there, but I don't see that happening. I think if you're gonna do it, it's probably more so Hendry. I'm not sure what his contract situation is right now. That's the other thing. So I don't know what the contract situation is. So, but I would probably go third, Joe Hendry.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I like it. So
personally.
No, it's good. So I agree with the Gunther one. Absolutely. Everything you just said was perfection. It's basically one of those situations like you always mention, for a superstar of that level, he doesn't need a title anymore. He doesn't need, the extra push. Now Gunther could walk away, winning this match, because obviously John, he's a traditionalist, right? He appreciates, losing the final
Mhm.
match, right? Because he's just that guy.
Mhm.
And to give Gunther that ability to say, hey, guess what? I retired John Cena and Goldberg in the same year. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, I did this. I'm two-time champion. I'm longest reigning intercontinental, and I like somewhat of a legend killer myself. So what's up? So
Yeah.
I love the Gunther, and plus, you know me, I'm a Gunther guy. Love Gunther. So
You are.
I agree.
So yes.
Right. The Randy Orton thing, I will pull out. I do not agree with that one, simply because the video package is really like in the back of my mind, right?
Yeah.
Someone to step up to take the opportunity that, like, similar to him, that was given to him when he first started. Randy Orton doesn't need that.
Exactly.
Randy's already established.
Yep.
So in that place, I would probably remove Randy and put someone like a Carmelo Hayes or a Trick Williams, right? Like, so a young talent, even a Braun Breaker, right? Because there's always rumors that Braun and John were going to clash at some point. You know what I mean? And if there's anybody that's going to benefit from a boost, a win over John Cena, is going to be a Braun Breaker to solidify his future in the company, right?
Right.
So if I had to pick, that one's like a slash decision for me. It's like either Carmelo Hayes or Braun Breaker. But if I had to choose between, I maybe I'm leaning more towards Carmelo, simply because Braun already is involved in his own story, in his own, quest, so to speak, for the championship.
Absolutely.
So, but that's where my mind is going, right? It's like, okay, so I'm thinking Gunther, Carmelo Hayes, and Joe Hendry. You're right. It has to be Joe Hendry.
I mean,
It has to be, because the guy is huge on, putting things out in the universe and the world, making it happen. And, he said that about joining the Rumble. He said that about going to WrestleMania. And he said this about John Cena in conversations in the last 2 to 3 years. And 2 out of 3 have already happened. And they love Joe Hendry. Triple H, like, he sees that he's a very dedicated company guy, kind of guy. He was just in NXT this past Saturday in Tampa. You know what I mean? So it's like, they're already grooming him to be the company man, or to be the face, a phase of some portion of the WWE, right?
Right.
So I feel like the one that will get that opportunity, to step up and, really, run with this, Joe Hendry. Absolutely.
Joe. Okay.
It's got to be Joe. It's got to be Joe Hendry.
I mean, I agree with you. It's going to be that. Now, I have curveball.
Ooh.
Okay. Just follow me.
Follow
me. Okay. Follow me. Don't say anything until I get to the end.
I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. We get to the tournament. We get, I'd say in this case, perfect, Joe Hendry. Wonderful. Cena comes out. Hendry comes out. They get ready to lock up. Brock Lesnar's music hits. Duh. Out comes the stupid idiot. He comes out, demolishes Joe Hendry, and then is there for Cena's last match. Cena wins. Unmute yourself.
I'm like screaming. Like, in my head, I was just screaming. Because when you were building up to that, I was like, it doesn't make sense. Like, Brock doesn't need the push, this and that. Like, but when you finished it off that way, yeah, like, it would
Brock
would definitely be a
stood
curveball
over Cena twice. The last 2 times he's come in, he's messed up Cena.
So this is a way for him to leave with his head held high, and like,
for Cena to conquer all the demons.
Oh,
once
good.
Again, you get Hendry going through the tournament, right? So you get this, hey, this could be the opportunity. People are feeling it. And then, like I said, the music hits and you're just like, whoa.
No, because then it'll feel like WrestlePalooza. You know what I mean? Like, we have bad ties with that thing already. It's like,
I know, but I'm just saying, and this is why I said curveball. Maybe not. Maybe he vanquishes Brock Lesnar a match before that. Maybe he shows up and does something like that. Who knows? I just say curveball because I think you still have to finish that Lesnar Cena thing off, right?
Right. Somehow.
Yeah, something.
Well, it might happen. It might happen at Boston, tomorrow. Like, it might just because, remember, he's just showing up. He's not announced for a match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like this one in MSG, he's just showing up, so.
Last match is the last match. Yeah, he's going to wait till that match. But I'm just saying, like.
I kind of like it, though. I kind of like it. I like it from a fan's perspective, like a fan standpoint, because it's like, holy crap moment, like OMG moment, like what are we watching?
Right.
But from a storyline and video package, just the dang video package, it's like, step up to take the opportunity that was given. Brock doesn't need it.
You're right. He doesn't, but Cena needs to vanquish that demon.
Maybe the poetic ending is, who needed to step up to get that opportunity? No. John Cena himself by winning and beating Brock Lesnar, right? That's the twist.
I mean, like I said, I don't know. Because you still have other names. Like, we even mentioned Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, no, he got something else going on.
No, but I'm saying, there's a whole bunch of talented people there. So this whole thing is, but I'm just saying, if there could be a curveball, that would be a hell of a one to do.
I like it. Yeah. I like it, Primo. Well, you know what? I am mad. I feel like we both have some solid logical picks.
Yeah.
And you know what? It feels weird having a Lucha Hot Tag and I'm just not screaming or like mad about anything.
Yes.
I feel like this was such an adult conversation. We were just like, like logically speaking.
When we cover the recap episode of that Saturday Night's main event, we'll recall back to here and say, this is why we should have been bitching. No,
yeah, no, you're right. Oh, man. Yeah, no, brother. I love it. I'm happy. I'm excited to see the tournament. I can't wait to tune in tomorrow night to watch Monday Night Raw. And then I don't know what's up with SmackDown. I feel like SmackDown last 2 Fridays have been a little bit of a downer. I hope they fix it. I didn't like that, well, we'll get into that in the next episode, but.
Well, we can say it real fast right now. We didn't like the Julia title belt loss, man. And they did it so fast, man. Like, come on. Come on.
There was just a lot of things that were just off. That whole thing.
Once again, it feels like we were rushing things.
Yeah.
And I think I thought they were doing better in terms of slowing down and storylines and stuff, but I guess you still got to just throw shit at the wall, see what sticks.
Yeah, and then something's happening. I literally, before we got on, saw a post about how SmackDown sales are just plummeting because nobody wants to go. They're not fun.
Yep. So you sent me that article. I think something like that, saying the sales are down, and numbers don't lie. That's the problem. Numbers don't lie. Your numbers are going down because you're making it hard for accessibility. You really are. So
yeah.
But let's not leave on a negative note. Positive episode.
Yeah. No, that was fun. I can't wait to see this tournament, unveil. I feel like all the matches are going to be super fun, entertaining. We're going to be happy. We're going to be mad. And we'll definitely jump into these points as it goes during the weeks. But other than that, man, Primo, let's take this opportunity to go ahead and thank every one of our listeners, our primos and primas that like, love, share, subscribe, all these things on all the platforms, and you can find them all at primosforlife.com.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. .com it, everybody. Smash the like button, please. Share. We always say this is a fun ride. It's more fun when we know you're on it with us. So we appreciate it. We love everybody. Thank you all kindly for everything. Please continue to like, share, comments, contact, all the fun stuff. Please. We're here. We're accessible. We're down to talk wrestling. Reach out.
Yeah. Entonces, Primo?
Well, that'll be it. That being said, once again, thank you, everybody. Eddie, it's always a pleasure chatting with you. People of the world, we love you. Can't do without you. We'll see you when we see you. Good night.
Yeah. We'll see you when we see you. Take care.
Later.